I'll be basically discussing about processing data in Python, and this data will be stored in a variable. So, if the data is of number type and if the data is of string type, how they are being stored in the variable. So, we are saying that var variable var1. So, we are assigning var1 a value 12. So, that's how number is being represented. And if I say that var2 equals to maybe hello Python, so that's how string is being represented. So to check whether the data type of this particular 12, so what I'll be doing is that I'll be writing print and I'll be writing type, and first of all I will be finding out the type of data of var1. So it's Python string 1. Let me press enter. It's integer. And how about if I just wrap it inside a double quote? Control S, save the file, and then say python string1.py. Fine. Is str. So as far as up to this point, it's being clear that we can assign a value to a variable. I mean, if it is a number, it will be within quotes, and if it is a string, it will be within quotes. Now let's imagine another scenario that we will be concatenating first name with the last name. So maybe first equals to Shivashish and the last name equals to Nag. Now our problem scenario will be to concatenate these two things, and how can we do that? So we'll be having a new variable full name. So it will be first plus last. Fine, and finally we'll be printing this value print print full name. That's one way of concatenating two variables, two string variables into one. Now there is a problem that there is no space in between the first name and the last name. So what we can do is that we can put a space in here like this, and then Control S, go back to Python and press enter. So we are having some problem. So this won't be dot, this will be plus. So my mistake while typing a bit fast. Now if I say python string1.py, we are having Shivashish now, here it is, which are being separated by a space. Now is this the only way in which we can concatenate? We can use the format function also. So format function operates in this way. Let me select all of this and press control slash to comment them out. So our topic is something like how formatted things work. So there is a variable a equals to 12, and then there is equal to b equals to 12. So we can say that a in answer formatted string, the number 1, and within bracket we will be passing on a, and the number 2 within bracket we will be saying that b. So that's how formatted string works. Now you need to print this particular ANS, and let's see how it looks. Okay, so within a particular string, within a particular user given command, if you want to concatenate the variables within it, we can use this if, and within curly braces you can pass on the variable. Then that variable will be referring to some value. So let's see how it looks. So both of the numbers are 12. Let me change one of the value to maybe 76. So let me press CLS and run the command one more time. We are having the number 1 is 12 and the number 2 is 76. In a similar way, so if I imagine this particular case scenario, so let me copy all of this, Control C, and let me make a new file. We'll be naming this as string2.py. So what we'll be doing is that first of all, let me minimize the solution file explorer and press Control V, Control A, all selection, Control slash to commit it out. So that the code will take effect. So here we will be writing formatted string. The full name is, and within curly bracket we will be having cost, and then there will be a space, and then we will be having last. The variable name is last. So here Control S, let me save the file and let's see how it looks. Yeah, the number, so okay, so it's still CLS, I just call the file string1.py, which I was working on. I mean, prior to this one. We are having the full name is Shivashish Nag. So in this way, by using formatted string, we can now, if I want first and last to be in separate line, we can say here /n. So there is another way of giving line break to strings. Okay, so there is another way. So maybe I will be writing multi-line string. So we'll be using triple quotes. So either of you can use this triple quote or a single quote 3 times, and within it if I line 2 lines like Ram is a good boy, and he goes, since he is a good boy, he goes to school every day. So far so good. In school he goes to school every day. Fine. So now we'll be printing this multi-line string. So let me Control X and here paste it down, Control V. So this will be multi-line string. Fine, multi-line string. Control S, save and CLS. Clear the console and run the program one more time. Ram is a good boy. He goes to school every day. So if I didn't follow this kind of approach, what I need to do? I had to give something like within single quote. Let me try it one more time. Within single quote, this whole of this thing is being there. Control X and then here Control V. Now even though even though these are in new lines, so this new line is not working also. Okay, so now it's working now. So in this kind of scenario, if there I need to give a line break, I cannot do it in that way. Just pressing enter, I need to do /n, and now if I print this particular string, will be having Ram is a good boy, he goes to school every day. So far so good. So we learned that the string concatenation, there are two variables holding some text data. Now we will be concatenating them using plus operator and using the formatted string. Next we worked upon how to just write multi-line string. There are strings which are not flowing in one line. There are several lines of string, so we can do it using the /n or using the triple quote kind of behavior. Now comes the question that what are the methods available, we are method having associated with string. So for any kind of data type, so what you can do is that you can use, somehow my enter is not working. Okay, so string2.py, there was already a file in my file folder structure. So it's string3.py. So what we'll be doing is that we'll be simply saying that maybe str is a data type, maybe d equals to a blank string, and we can simply say that type, and then we'll be passing not type, sorry, dir. Dir pulls out all the functions related to particular data, that data type. Within dir I'll be passing in d. Fine, so far so good. Control S. Now let me clear out the console and run the program. Instead of string2, we'll be running string3.py. So here are all the functions which are associated with string. So you can just go into some W3 schools or any websites to refer what this function particularly does. So let me is upper. So there is something lower. Since there is a lower, there must be something like upper. There's something like here it is upper. So as the name suggests, if I say simply like lower upper, fine. So Ram, let me write it in caps, and then we'll be simply say that upper. No, it's not working. D dot upper. Okay, fine. So since this is a function, there will be bracket open, bracket close. Save the file. Now if I run the file, see we are having Ram. Okay, so Ram was in upper. So let me change Ram to small hand letter and let me press Control S. So string3.py, it's still upper. Okay, it's no. So D was originally having some lowercase character. Now it's having it's converted to caps. Now if it had been in caps letter Ram, and now if I had passed here lower instead of upper, lower, so it converts it to lower, right? So that's upper and that's lower. So far so good. There is another function proper. So what proper does? Let's see. Ram is a good boy. So by convention, after full stop, the word should begin with a caps. I mean, in caps. Somehow I have missed the caps, and I am writing Ram goes to school every day. goes to school every day. Sorry, every day. Fine. So now let's check what happens if I say that d dot proper. Let's whether also check whether there is any proper or not. No, there is no proper function. Fine. So there is upper and there is okay partition, upper, lower. There is nothing such as proper. Ends with encount, center, case fold, capitalize. Let's see what happens if I just simply write here capitalize. Capitalize. Fine. So let me press Control S and then run the program. So it's sorry, Control Z to undo the whole of the structure. Okay, Control S here and go to the console and run the program. Let's see what happens. So Ram is a good boy. Ram goes to school every day. So I don't know what capitalize specifically does. There is something like capitalize and it didn't capitalize anything. So Ram. What if I just remove the space from here? Let's see whether any changes is in there or not. No, it still doesn't. Okay, so apart from capitalize, is there something like proper? It's format. Okay, subclass capitalize. Okay, fine. Case fold. What about case fold? Let's see. What I'll be writing here is a case fold. Let's see what it does. So I was not being able to guide you that what this capitalize particular this function does. Not clear to me. I need to take a look into the internet, and it's not possible for for a beginner to learn all of the working of the functions. So Ram is a good boy. Okay, so I think what case fold does is that it converts. So Ram is a case fold. Okay, so the case fold means what about if this have been in caps Control S? I think case fold means that the first, yeah, after the each of the sentences will be beginning with a small hand letter. I think that's how case fold works. And there is a len. I mean it should count means there the count, that is the number of characters present in that particular string. So interestingly, I have found some program like slicing. I will be discussing about slicing in Python, slicing of string. So I will be writing slice str.py, and within this file we will be having two names. So its first equals to Shivashish and the last equals to Nag. So that's a name. Now I need to find out the initial name of this particular person. So initial equals to a blank string concatenated with join. Fine, join, and we'll be having we need to extract the first character. Is there something like write or something like, okay, so I will be using the slice operator. So first it will be starting from the beginning and it will be taking in one character. So we have already seen that join to concatenate we can do is that in here, fine, after that comma or dot. So okay, I think it's comma, then there will be a blank, then again comma, and we'll be having last, and whatever thing is present in the last will be taking whole of it. There will be these two columns. It's just keep it last like that. Let's see, Control S. Fine. So this want to be space. Initial name means that after first extracting the first character there will be a dot and then the last. So first here in the first of the parameter I am passing nothing, so it will start from the starting of the string and it would just go on till one first character, and last I will be taking it Nag as a whole. So if I had to extract G, then I would have passed last. The position of A is 2 and then 1. So we'll be checking it out also. First of all, let's print this initial. Let's see whether we are getting the value as being intended or not. So here write that string 3. No, this is not string 3. This is slice something like str.py. Fine. So we are having s.nag. Fine. Now how about extracting the text from the middle of it? So there is also something like find. So what? Suppose there is an email equal to Rohit 2003@gmail.com. Fine. So I am asking to just separate this Rohit 2003 and the domain gmail.com. How we can do that? So we'll be writing name equal to. So we need to find this @ So this @ is associated with the email variable. So from the email variable, we'll be extracting, like we'll be finding for something. We'll be finding at the rate, sorry, at the rate. So that's the position. So we need to extract from the first. That is from the first till here, and email. Fine. So it's email, the slicing operation. So let me control X and move all the way to the last of it. So just notice in here, so first, so here it is email, it is starting from the start, and it will go from, it will find the at the rate, so it will just iterate over to that position. So now if we just let's see, if we just check print email, let's see what email, not email, print name, what we are having as the value. Let's find it out. So it's slice here, yeah, it's Rohit 2003. Now instead of name, if I are writing it about domain, so domain means the starting will be from the email, will be the whole of the value is present within the email, and the starting position would be email dot find, will be finding for the at the rate position, find. So find bracket open, at the rate, will be finding it that position, and we'll be moving one position after that. So at the rate will be starting from the G, and we'll be moving all the way across to the last of it. So I'll be leaving after this colon, there will be nothing, that is to the end of the string, to the texture, the particular string. And now we'll be saying that print, and we'll be printing domain control S. Let's see whether we are being able to. So let's also give a formatted string F, and within that we'll be writing that the email is, and within curly braces we will be passing in this name. Fine. So this bracket is not required anymore, and here again we will be having a formatted string, and okay, so there will be a bracket close. So there is a problem with the braces. We'll be again having a formatted string. The domain of the email is, fine. So we'll be again having a formatted string. That means within curly braces we will be passing in the variable. So now let's press Ctrl S. So basically what I did is that whatever I am printing it, I am giving it some logical name, so that the output looks in a, I mean what goal we are trying to achieve. So we are having the email is Rohit 2000 and the domain of the email is gmail.com. Fine. So is there, I also saw there is a function called replace. I don't know how to use this particular function. So we'll be having replace. Okay, so I will be writing hostinger maybe equal to, so it would take in this email and it would replace something. Fine. So it will replace something. It will be having so I need to replace at the rate gmail.com with something else. Fine. So we are having email, and we'll be concatenating blank dot. So we'll be having replace. Okay, so email dot sorry, not email in this way, email dot replace. No, it's not working. It was email. So hostinger equal to email dot replace. Yeah, dot replace. Let's see what the structure it is saying. That old literal string, new literal string, count -1. Okay, so str old str count, something like that. So old replace. So we'll be replacing the old str, which is at the rate gmail.com, and we'll be replacing it with at the rate hostinger.com. Fine. So what we will say, email dot replace, whatever it is finding within email gmail.com, we are replacing it with hostinger.com, and we are storing it inside that email in the hostinger. I don't know whether this will be working properly or not. So I have this is why I'm trying it for the first time. So what we will be doing is that new email, and this is a formatted string. So we'll be having here hostinger. Fine. Let me press Ctrl S from my keyboard, and here we'll be having something like CLS escape. No, not working. Okay, fine. So Ctrl S will be rolling in here, and we'll be saying that something like this. So yeah, so new email, yeah, it worked. New email hostinger.com. Though the spelling of the hostinger, I think there is a problem with this particular domain name. whatever it is. So we have discussed about replace option, and we have also discussed about find and initial, not initial, we are discussed about upper, and then what are the functions there are. Let me check it on. We discussed about case fold. I was not it was not being clear to me what capitalized does, so you can check it out in the W3 schools or somewhere over the internet, that what it function does. So index particularly finds the index of the at the rate. What is the index of the at the rate? And find, we discussed about find, we discussed about replace, and there are several uh, functions associated with this particular string in the string class, and you can just extract all those things using this dir kind of thing. So dir function, so here where it is dir, I did a program over dir, so it is in string 3 case fold. So I did something with the dir. I am not finding it at this present moment of time. So we can say that first equals to a blank string, that is just simply write here first equal to a blank, nothing is in there, and then you can simply write print, and within dir you can pass in this first, that is the string, and then all the inbuilt function associated with that particular string class, or those will be revealed by Python. And you need to remember some of these, whichever functions you require according to your convenience, use it on your own. So let's not make this video any more elongated, and since this is a simple string function and it is available, I mean, I just made a summarization over string and introduction to Python, something like that. So you can take into any website, maybe W3 School, tutorial.point. So the thing I'm saying this particular thing is because I'm not pushing this course are nothing something like a fancy one, so I'm not pushing this code to the GitHub repo and sharing it in my YouTube channel. So try it on your own, pause the video at any point of time, and let me know in the comment section how you felt about this video. So that's all for this video. Thank you all guys, and happy coding.